You are all now managers of a supply chain of beer. Every week, we're going to play for 50 simulated weeks. Every week, a consumer is going to come to the retailer at your table and buy some beer. That consumer is actually going to be me. I'll have a lot of fun drinking your beer. And your job is going to be to supply that beer as effectively as possible at the lowest cost possible. If you look at your game boards, you'll notice that, as I said before, there's a retailer, a wholesaler, a distributor, and a factory. What happens is the consumer buys beer from the retailer places orders from to the wholesaler, and the wholesaler ships beer to the retailer. In turn, the wholesaler can place orders with the distributor, and the distributor ships beer to the wholesaler. In turn, the distributor can place orders with the factory ships beer to the distributor, and the factory can brew the beer. So the beer flows this way, which would be out into the street in this thing, and the information basically flows in the other direction. The orders flow that way. So a good performance in this game is going to be getting the lowest total costs possible. So what we're going to do to keep us focused on the supply chain aspects of this game essentially is assume that the retail selling price of all of your beers is the same. Further, the actual cost of manufacturing is the same as well. So it's a little bit like the procurement cost is identical. The cost of the mineral water and the hops and the barley and all that stuff you have to do to brew your beer, same for every table. So the only difference in the performance of one supply chain and the other one is going to be how effectively you manage the inventory, the costs of the inventory in your system. All you really need to know about this is that in order to win this game, here's what you need to do. You need to carry as little inventory as possible, but don't run out. Okay? That's how you minimize costs. Here's what's going to happen. Every week, I'm going to say, everybody ready? Left hand out, right hand out, slide, slide. And when I say slide, slide, here's what I want you to do. I want you to slide the stuff under your left hand into the big inventory box, and slide the stuff under your right hand into the other box that you just made empty. The second step, each of these cards has a number on it. The number is the cases of beer your consumer wants to buy from the retailer. So retailer, when I say fill orders, I want you to pick up the top card on the order deck, look at it, show it to your partner. So what I want you to do is fill that order. That means you have to give those cases of beer to your consumer. Just push the chips into the pile. Now, while the retailer is doing that, everybody else needs to fill their orders also. Pick up that slip. That's got a number on it. So what you want to do is ship that number of cases of beer into the shipping delay out of your inventory. So push those cases of beer to your left out of your inventory into that small black box. All right. Step 3 says record your inventory or backlog. So next, we have step number 4. What needs to happen is each one of those slips of paper on this side of the table needs to move one box in that direction. Okay? I want the retailer to move the gray slip. I want the wholesaler to move the blue slip. I want the distributor to move the green slip. Factories, you have something different I want you to do. When I say advance the order slips and breweries brew, when I say that, breweries brew, you pick up the pink slip of paper. You have to follow this step, which is brew those number of beers, cases of beer. So you do that by taking the raw materials out of your bin there and putting them in the first box that says production delay. Exactly the number that's on that slip. So you're done with 4 steps now. Well done. Notice you have not made a single decision. What a simple job. All you got to do is follow the mechanics of the game. That's important. You don't have any choices in what you've done so far. Each week in this game, you get to make one and only one decision. That decision is how many cases of beer you want to order from your supplier, or if you're the factory, how many cases you want to schedule for production. So, everybody ready? Left hand out, right hand out. Slide, slide, and fill your orders.
So the order is 2. Only 2? I will fill 2, yes. And we have...
Step 3, record your inventory or backlog. All right, now advance the order slips and breweries brew. And place and record your orders.
No. We're with 23 here. So.
Yeah, but that's 25.
And place and record your orders for week number 32. All right, folks, here we go. Week number 33. Everybody ready? Left hand out, right hand out. Slide, slide, and fill your orders for week number 33. Fill your orders. Record your inventory or backlog for week number 33. Advance the order slips and breweries brew. And place and record your orders for week number 33.